That wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She may stole the mastermind's true identity is.
What do you say, Monokuma? You give...
The body
wasn't Mukuro.
No, what's wrong? No, the body's appearance and right.
She was 5 foot 6 inches, everything in her
And then there's the matter of the.
But
Here's my answer. Junko is still alive.
Are you sure?
Huh?
I admit, since Mukuro... But we saw her get... If Junko were still alive... But you yourself...
She was dead.
So...
It must be.
then you're with.
I know you gave it.
This case hasn't been You haven't given up.
No! Of course.
That's all well and good. But how do you intend Junko... Then both of them are dead, right?
I think we need to... Let's assume Junko...
Understand? That's it! That's right! Before the spears could kill her, she got someone to specific.
Then that would make it Mukuro.
Which is why the body's height.
I don't know any... That had to be
Yeah, you're saying. Right when she was about to die? Like she used some kind of ninja replacement technique?
Good point. So maybe they'll...
I got it! The two of them...
What?
Yes, if that's when they... Then they wouldn't have had to switch at the... After all, the one we saw...
Hold on. It's actually...
I had, like, a normal conversation with her.
When we first met... So Mukuro... And we never... That would easily allow the...
Wait, but... Junko never had...
She could have hidden it with... If she did, it likely melted away in the... Plus, there were the fake... They were the same fake red nails she was wearing when we all met for...
But...
Even so, I'm glad... But too bad for you.
Wait, so... If that's true...
The reason such an elaborate...
So Mukuro, in other words, it would be fair to say...
What's wrong?
I think he's just afraid.
Fear is only...
Then why haven't you been...
Because it's a bunch of...
Then why did you...
I tried to... When did I...
Shoot! I got it! While I was in the AV room... you made sure is because you didn't want.
Oh, yeah!
And if Makoto, it would have been totally the bad power.
Better luck next time. Better luck next time. Better luck next time. Are you sure about this? You're getting all riled up. That's impossible.
This should prove it. The video wasn't the only thing you tried to. I noticed it just a little while ago. In all the photos.
What's...
I got it! Junko's the one thing common to every. It's hard to believe her. And on top of that, and so in other words, with all that in mind, which is why you had to have, because if we could have seen her, that the Junko and the pictures,
I believe everything Makoto's Junko and Mukuro switched.
So she killed Mukuro is still...
and she's the one behind this. She's the true Xanadu times two!
With this, the identity.
Now don't bother. There's no more room for I'll prove you! We met the ultimate, but that wasn't. The girl we saw before us was, and that girl's name was... But it wasn't long before she died at the hands of Monokuma. In other words, the mastermind, Junko and Oshiki. Her body was until Junko dragged the body out of the... She fabricated the murder to... Meanwhile, she wanted... So she put up... After making sure Then she put the same... This was all to make us think the person who attacked... She wanted us to believe the... final she needed. She had to. This is the truth, and the one who carried it all out. The real Junko Enoshima. That's the whole story behind.
What?
You can't get out of it.
Come on!
It's not like you're in.
Give it up, Junko.
Over? Did you really think the story? Wrong! There.
We have been waiting so very long for peasants like you to appear. If you swear your fealty to us, we will reward you with half of the entire world. We've even drawn up the deed already. We will grant you honor, status, in some of our home cooking. Have you made your choice? Will you serve under us?
Oh, did you think I was being serious? Sorry, I was just messing with you. It's been so long since I've had an audience. Even I'm not sure what kind of role I'm supposed to play. Anyway, looks like I've finally been set free. Having to play Monokuma all the time, day after day. It was like I was stuck in purgatory. Or like a slow suicide. I get bored so easy, you know? Huh? What about my face? What's wrong with my beautiful face? People have told me I'm cuter than 100 chihuahuas combined.
I feel like
I got it! That's right! It was before I... And... you were on it!
Wow, you have a pretty good memory. I guess that's why you've made it this far, huh?
So I was right then what you told...
Sometimes a little lie is necessary to keep things moving along. Wouldn't you agree?
That explains why she didn't quite seem the same.
I'm me. And Mukuro is Mukuro. She tried her best. But there's just no way she could have passed as the ultimate fashionista. Two people can never become one as long as the walls of mind and body exist. Not even if they're twins. I know, it's such a cliche, right? I'm almost embarrassed to admit it. So basically, Mukuro and I had your stereotypical twin relationship. The older sister, tough and proud. That was Mukuro. The younger sister, smart and cute. That was...
Me! Junko fucking Enoshima! And together, we were the Despair Sisters, aka the Ultimate Despair! Like I said, I get bored easy as hell! I even get fucking bored with myself! But if you're twins, why do you have different lives? Oh, that again? You have any idea how many times people ask me that shit? Maybe it's new to your dumbass, but it bores me to tears. Answering the same questions over and over? Just make up whatever answer you want. I don't give a shit. The truth's fucking lame anyway.
but if she was your twin,
And for reasons deeper and darker than the ocean. Ha! As if.
Well, I suppose I'd better explain. For my plan to work, someone had to be able to control the killing game from behind the scenes. The so-called mastermind had to operate Monokuma, keep an eye on everyone, things like that. But after looking at the situation, I determined it would be because naturally, she turned out to be the letdown of the family, leaving me behind to run off and join some band of mercenaries. Such a disappointment. So, I decided to play the role of I could have let her work alongside me, but she would have been useless to me that way. Besides, 15 students seemed like... Of course, the fact that she was the ultimate soldier posed something of a problem. She had what I call the three atrocities. Atrociously rank, atrociously filthy, atrociously repulsive. It was atrociously clear just how out of touch she was with the rest of society. Meanwhile, my ultimate fashionista status has an undeniable appeal that I didn't want to go to waste. And that's, sadly, her inability to match my personality was even greater than I'd calculated. She was nothing more than a bit player. Being the utter disappointment that she was, anyone would have, which is precisely why I killed her. To meet everyone's expectations. Well, no, of course not. I also did it to avoid becoming bored.
I've never been a stickler for following a plan to the letter, you know? If I planned everything out and knew just what was gonna happen, that'd be so boring. So, I changed things just a bit and decided to use Mukuro to make a little point.
In other words, Mukuro's death just as I when Mukuro was...
Well, you're right! There's no way Mukuro could have, but she did teach you all of...
How can you talk of you sacrificed your own...
What? I sacrificed? Jeez. Misunderstandings sure are scary. We were the ultimate despair, you know? So we never had any kind of hope or expectations. No, I felt despair as long as I can remember. Like I never should have been born at all. When I was born, I cried tears of total despair. So that's why for us, it's not a big deal whether we die or kill. We're just those kinds of people. We can do anything. We've always been filled with despair. So when we do something, we go all the way and live without regrets.
So you just murdered your own sister?
That's not true at all. We were twins. How could I not be? That's why it gets me so excited. Killing my precious sister with my own two hands. That act is filled with so much despair. You can't help but put a super in front of it. It's like super, 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 super despair. No, more than that. Super, 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 super despair. It just feels so.
What the hell is wrong with...
And my sister too. In that moment of death, I think she must have felt that despair. After all, to be murdered by your own sister, and only as an example to someone else, she must have died feeling such excruciating hopelessness. I'm so jealous of her. Super jealous.
I knew you couldn't be just some...
turning your own despair into some kind of fetish. Abnormality doesn't even begin to describe it.
Like, Genocide Jill is crazy for sure, but this is a whole nother level of nuts!
You're saying I don't compare to some lowly beast that can only kill the weak, right? So I'm hopelessly attractive, hopelessly brilliant, hopelessly athletic. I'm the hopelessly perfect ultimate human.
No. There's...
Yeah, Master's...
Don't you mean had that noble blood?
What did you just say?
You still haven't figured that part out yet? Man, you guys are so slow! You haven't even solved all the mysteries, and yet here you are, yapping away!
Are you talking about...
You've already solved this mystery, right? I'm the killer! So how about the next one? Maybe you should solve the riddle of your missing memories. Then you can start floating!
Damn straight! That's exactly, Ned!
Alright, then let's just get straight...
When the pictures were... I got it!
No fair!
Your brains are like sponges, all drippy and leaky. I already gave you a hint before. All the memories you lost share something in common with a few other things. Do you recall?
I got it! You're talking about the motive.
So you do remember after all. Well, I would hope you wouldn't forget something so important. It was stupid of me to even ask. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for my bad manners. So then, let me ask you another question. Did you notice that each motive I presented you had a specific theme to it? Yep, you got it. When Sayaka was murdered, what was the theme of the motive?
I got it! The driving force behind the
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Remember those DVDs I gave you guys? Each video showed the total destruction of your most important relationship. For example, I ruined all those relationships and showed you the results. It was to motivate your desire to escape and kickstart your urge to kill, but still, what a cruel thing to do.
You're the one that did.
Yes, well, I'm
Okay, time for the next question. So what was?
I got it! It was...
Yay! Makoto got it right again. That time the theme was embarrassing memories and secrets. Yeah! And the whole reason Mondo.
So?
Relax. So.
I got it! It was money, wasn't it?
Seek and destroy! Hell! Goddamn straight it was money! Celeste killed Hifumi and Taka for a little personal gain. Her greed led to all kinds of death and destruction.
What's the point of all this?
Now, can you tell me the
I got it! In her case...
Precisely. Once I revealed Sakura's betrayal. Anyway, it looks like you answered all of my questions correctly.
But what's the point? What?
Relationships, secrets, money, betrayal. These are all pretty standard motives, right?
But of course, those aren't the only motives that exist in this world. In fact, there are as many reasons to kill as there are people on Earth. They compel humans to kill each other, bringing despair to the world. This is what we refer to as the seed of despair. Just as water, air, and food promote growth in living things, the seed of despair also needs nourishment. And that nourishment is hope. Two sides of the same.
How much longer is... Weren't we discussing our missing...
If you would listen, you would see I'm not changing the subject. What I'm trying to say is... You see, by taking away your memories, I gave you hope. Of course, that hope merely existed to be consumed by despair.
How could taking away someone's...
And plus, you have...
Is that so? All you've been able to think about during your time here is how to escape, right? The mere fact that...
What are you talking about?
If none of you wanted to escape this school, the killings never would have taken place. That is why we took your memory.
The only reason we want to leave is because you took...
Correctamundo!
Which means if we did have our...
What?
But it's not enough. I want more distress, more despair. I put so much effort into creating hope in order to feed your despair and make it grow. So, just like Crazy Eddie slashing his prices and passing the savings on to you, let me give you a hint.
Then hurry up and...
Okie dokie. Like they say, seeing is believing. I'd like for you to see the outside world.
You mean the world beyond the school walls?
So something really did happen out there.
Now are you interested in what I have to say? See your faces, Now then, open sesame! Behold, the world. This is the outside world you've all been so anxious to claw your way back into.
dangerous. The world has grown so very dangerous. That's what this means.
What are you talking about?
This is a scene from a movie or something.
What you just saw, all of you should recognize it. That world is locked away within the memories that were taken from you. If you can't remember,
Better kick your brain in the ass! Cause it's up to that gray lump whether you live or die! I don't remember! Ain't a fucking excuse no more! Cause now it's time for the final class trial! Come on, bitches! Remember or die! What the fuck happened outside?
You want us to remember when it comes to that crazy, confusing video I don't understand a damn thing!
What's the meaning of the footage Is this another one of your
I mean, you're telling. What am I supposed to?
Nobody remember any.
No, that's wrong! Actually, the other Toko. The two of them share...
I see. Then even if one personality...
What do you say?
Are you? No!
Toko.
Da-da-da-da! It's me, your friendly neighborhood serial killer.
Boy, she just...
I'm going to ask you a question. Do you know anything?
Huh?
the video that's playing right now.
Who the hell are you?
Oh, I'm the mastermind.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
That's enough! Just...
Aye, aye, Roger, you got...
Well,
I don't have all the... Of course!
Then you remember?
Of course I...
So you didn't lose your memory.
Then why didn't you... I only answer questions when someone bothers... Oh my god.
More importantly,
Huh? What's the matter, Master? Do you really not remember the tragedy?
a tragedy?
Oh no!
Just answer the question!
Well, I can't... But it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
Why is that?
Because it's all because of the... What? Are you serious?
Is...
The world's been destroyed! Get it?
Explain yourself!
Copy that. Okay, so this big... It was so big and so... I guess you could say what... But it was more on the level of... Either way, there's no doubt, and as a result... The world turned out the way it did.
That's all there is to it?
Well, it just so happens I don't know Miss Morose saw it all play out in real...
We already did, and she didn't know.
I couldn't...
Okay, that's enough of your little lovers. Whatever happened, it doesn't matter at this exact